Greetings everyone, it's your buddy BK here, and yeah, here we go, I'm back again. Today, Charlize and I will be taking on Tombstone City in the 21st century. It's an old schooly shmup where you're fighting off a horde of green morgues, which are aliens that are invading an Old West abandoned city. But it takes place in the future, which is actually now because we are in the 21st century. But it's a shmup, so who cares? Who needs a story? So anyway, what do you say? You want to take on this horde of evil aliens with me? Take them down? Let's do it.
Intel acquired. I'm coming for you.
So the basic premise is you start off in this town. I think there's 16 blue squares, which are like city blocks, and then you have like the roads in between them, which is kind of like here. You can see this here. And they're open.
Well, this is going to take a long time, so you may want to get some snacks.
No, that's all right. I think I can wait for it.
Well, I'm going to get food.
So the morgues will spawn from a cactus, and it has like a white flag around it, kind of like a stratego looking thing. But it will only happen if two cacti are touching each other. They can only spawn from two cacti touching each other. So every 10 seconds, a morgue will come out from one of those. And you're like, okay. However, if you shoot a morgue, it turns back into a cacti, which is why I say maybe they started out as cacti aliens, and came back as a cactus alien. I don't really know. But they spawn from cactus, and they return to cactus. But the problem is, if you shoot them, and they're on the outskirts of the city here, they block the path. So they turn into a cactus, block the path. In the city, it's kind of like they're vampires. You need to invite them in or something. They can't come into the city. So in the middle of the city, you're actually safe. The problem is, if you shoot them, you block all the exits and you can't get out anymore. Now, the only way to get points is to shoot tumbleweeds or the morgues. Now, obviously, the morgues are the enemies. Tumbleweeds are just blowing around. But the tumbleweeds, if you shoot them all, they respawn and you get more tumbleweeds. I've never seen a morgue actually attack a tumbleweed ever, and nor have I ever seen a person ever in the city. But your score is called population. Keep that in mind, even though no people ever show up, because why would they come into a town attacked by aliens in the middle of the Old West in the future, which is actually the present?
Boy, this is a long story, you know. Maybe, I will get something to eat.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get drunk while I listen to you.
You can press the space bar and warp back into the middle of the city if you're in trouble, which seems like a good thing. It's like, okay, it's a escape button, you go boop, and you spawn back in the middle. However, every time you do that, you waste 1,000 population points. So, did you just kill 1,000 people? Because that's messed up. You are selfish. I'm not even going to say it, but you're pretty selfish if you did that. But the space bar is your best friend in this game, because to get out of being attacked by the enemies, you warp back. However, if you happen to shoot the morgues on the outside of the city, which I'll show you later, and you block yourself in, you immediately die, spawn outside of the city, and you can't warp back into the city. So that's when all heck breaks loose, because you're pretty much donezo at that point. So let me tell you briefly why I think playing this game on the keyboard may in fact be the way to go. And it's all because of this guy right here, the space bar. Now if you remember, when you hit the space bar, you warp back into the middle of Tombstone City. Provided you don't have Tombstone City surrounded with cacti that was a resultant of you killing some morgue or making them return back to their cacti original form. But here's the thing. If you're playing this with the controller, right, which should be easier to play with, you pew, 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 you're shooting, you gotta reach over here and hit the space button. You hit the space button, guess what, your hand's off the controller. You're not moving anymore. So unless you have 3 arms, and if so, welcome Goro from Mortal Kombat. It's nice to see you. You're in a real pickle. You're not hitting that space bar unless you had a buddy next to you. And I think you can kind of make this co-op, because if you have your buddy Jensen sitting shotgun with you and he's Johnny on the spot with the space bar, you can just be controlling and shooting yourself away, and he's just like, and warps you back into the middle, provided, you know, you're not blocked off. And if he's good, you don't have to say a word. You don't have to say like warp or now or Jensen or whatever. He just does it. And that could actually be a pretty fun time. And maybe switch off every day, or, you know, probably after you're done and dead, after you lost your 10 schooners. But I think that would actually work. But short of that, when you're using the keyboard, you have your directionals, typical EX, SD, and you have the period to shoot, right? All you gotta do, you just use your thumb. Right there, you're just warping back out. You're like, you're going around, you're like, pew, 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 and you warp, you're done. Even if you did the alternate down like this, maybe you can hit it with your pinky if you're lefty doing it. It's not as easy. But, I mean, if you're using the typical ones here, even if you're using Y as the other alternate shoot, because Q and Y are the alternates, still, the thumb's right there. But with period especially, it's right frickin' here. You can still move, you can still shoot, and still hit the space bar. So I kind of think that may be the play. I think the keyboard may be the play. And I may have to try a couple different times with the controller and keyboard and see which one I like better. But granted, it's not fluid using the directional buttons, but I mean, this is your jam right here. You need the spacebar. Mr. Spacebar is your best friend. You better send him a Christmas card every year, and you call him on his birthday. Cheers, everyone. Let's get into some Tombstone City. And don't worry, this music will go away after I start. Just show you real quickly, in case you need a reminder of what does what. I don't even know why they bother showing the saguaro, because you can't kill them, so you get no points anyway. I'm gonna go Novice. I know I'm gonna catch some flack for that, but it's been a minute. And I'm gonna try with controller first, go to keyboard if it doesn't work out so well. So I'm not sure of the responsiveness, so we'll start at 1. All right, it's gone. So there's 2 basic strategies I'll say for this game. Oh, there he is. You could either stay inside Relative Sanctuary and shoot them as they approach, but eventually you're going to hose yourself, because you're going to block off all your exits, and then it's going to force you out of the city, and then you can never come back in until you clear all of the cactus that are next to each other, and then you move to the next day, and then I believe all the cacti respawn and you start over. But I like to do the Mad Max style, which is hunt them and lure them away from the city, so that if need be, I could use the panic button, as they call it, and always warp back. That guy's doing jumping jacks. Look, good for you. Get your exercise on. There's 2 guys. Come on. Come on. This way I lure them far away from the city, so if I have to go in a sanctuary, I'm not hosing myself. Alright, so far I'm doing pretty good. And the tumbleweeds are actually running away from me. I forgot they did that. And that's kind of sad, because now I think they're alive, and I feel bad for killing them. Because, I mean, at least the morgues are trying to kill me. Or maybe they're trying to get me to exercise. I'm not sure, because they just jumping jack all over the place. Maybe they're like interstellar Richard Simmons. They're just happy and they want me to work out with them or something and sweat to the oldies. I don't know. But right now, I'm not having it. Look at that sign in the background. It's like Hollywood, but bigger. Tombstone City must have been a banging place to live back in the day. Which would have been, I guess, now. What you got, son? No, get him away from the city. Come over here. I got some candy for you. Would you like to come over here? Oh, I gotta remember that rule, which there are many. Like I said, there are many rules to this game. And the one I think is if there's less than, what is it? If you have less than 10 tumbleweeds and there's no morgues on the screen, you fire your gun and one instantly spawns instead of having to wait 10 seconds or some nonsense like that. Okay, this really isn't that bad. I'm doing pretty good so far. I'll tell you what, we're gonna go back and I'm gonna go on Master Killer setting, insane. Because that might be the only way I get hosed. Woo! Oh yeah, they're a lot faster. I think I'm a lot faster too, or it seems like it. It's not so insane. If this is your definition of insane, sir. Whoop, whoop, oh, yeah, you kill me. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe this is a little tougher. Yo, whoa, oh, whoa. Okay, that got a lot harder quick. Ah, space bar. Oh, I don't have enough energy for it. Oh, see this now, here's where the sanctuary will bite you. All right, come out this side. Oh. Yep. Okay. This is not gonna work out well. See, you one mistake and you're hosed on this side. Oh, whoa. Okay, they are faster than you. Okay, that's a thing. Well, at least this way, I get to show you the game over because I think I could have gone on for a long time in Novice. Come on, come on. Oh, man. I forgot about that. 2 spawn if you blow one up next to another cactus, unlike in the other settings. Alright, still alive. Staying alive. Yo. What you got, man? What you got? What you got? Ah, see, now I got it. I got enough to use at least 2 spacebar jumps if need be. Alright, now, get my groove back. What you got? Come on. Oh. Alright, so at least that way I can end on an end note. That's Tombstone City. Novice you can go on pretty good. I do like the insane because if you just want to do a quick play, it's probably the best way to do it. Let me end this music. So yeah, it's another shmup. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of Centipede, although it's a bit different, as you've seen. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time. So stay awesome and stay gaming. BK out.